In order to be successful in your program, you're going to want to know these things. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tyra R. If you are new here, I am a college student who creates nursing school related content because I am currently in an accelerated program to complete my RN degree. I am currently in the process of taking med-surg 2 as well as maternity and peds. I had a random vibe where I was like, I'm gonna sit down and make a video about the 5 things I wish I knew prior to starting nursing school. I really wish somebody would have told me about these things before I started my program. So I want to take the time to make a video and help you guys before you start your program. So let's get it. The first thing I wish I knew before starting my nursing program was the grading scale is very intense. I'm speaking on my program when I say this, but we must make the requirements of making a 80% in each and every course. That means lab, clinical, and lecture. If you have anything below an 80, you are considered failing. That is a flat out F. They don't care, they don't want to hear it. You're failing. So I wish somebody would have told me that before. Not saying that I was close to that, thank God, because I really put in the time to study and stay organized, but I didn't know that it was going to be that intense. So at my school, we have a grading scale of 90 to 100 is an A, and then an 89 to 80 is a B. Some nursing schools are different. Sometimes I've heard, my friends who are also in school say that their A's are 94 to 100, and then anything below that is a B. And then I think if you have like a 81 to a 78, you have a C. My school doesn't do that. They strictly go off of 90 to 100 is an A, and 80 to 89 is a B. So I really study and I put in the time that I need so that I can stay afloat in nursing school. The second thing, I really need you guys to become organized. I cannot stress this enough. It only takes one time for you to forget about an assignment or a clinical rotation, or that you have lab, and your points away from passing or failing. I don't want any of you to fail. I want you to strive for greatness. So please get yourself a planner. I don't care if you have to write a to-do list about all the classes that you have or the requirements that you have that week. Just please stay organized so that you don't miss anything, because nursing school is about to take over your life. And I don't want to scare you guys, but nursing school is very time consuming. I'm in a very rigorous program, so some weeks I have a workload that is completely insane to where I have to cut back on work. So I like to plan accordingly. I try to, make sure my homework assignments are done, so while I'm at my shift at work, I'm not stressed out. Number 3, be on time. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. Be on time. So growing up, a little backstory, my mom would set the clocks 10 minutes early so that we were always 10 minutes early. So I would always think like, oh, that was the exact time, but what she was doing was showing us that it's very important to be on time or be early, because in nursing school, here's a hint, guys, being on time means you're late, and being early means you're on time. I cannot stress that enough. There has been times where some of my classmates will make it to class and they'll be 2 minutes late and they are turned around at the door. Now, who in the world wants to get up early, get dressed, drive to school, and then not be able to complete your clinical hours or sit for lecture? Nobody. So please, I cannot stress that enough. Be on time. Now, when you're in your nursing program, I look at it as an ongoing interview. When you show professors that their time is valuable and that you're serious about your program, they will look to you as being a good nurse, because when you start your nursing career, you're going to have to give shift report and you're going to have to receive shift report. So do you really think if a nurse is there for 12 hours, 9 times out of 10 you're going to work 12 in a hospital, do you really think a nurse that is there for 12 hours wants to wait on you and you're late? I don't think so. I don't think so. You're going to have a lot of friction between you and your coworkers. Also, when you're going to these clinical sites, these people are looking at you. They're constantly watching you. And I don't mean to scare you guys, but like I said, you're on an ongoing interview. They're looking to see if Tyra is in uniform, if Tyra has all her supplies, and if Tyra is on time. Wow, she checks off on all these things. Maybe I should offer her a job when she's done with her nursing program, because they see that I'm a good student, which means that I'm going to be a good nurse. So please, once again, be on time. Another thing that I wish somebody would have told me prior to nursing school is to start studying medical terminology. I haven't heard anybody say this before in any of the other videos, which I could be wrong, but start Googling medical terms. Because guess what? When you start fundamentals of nursing, which is your first semester of nursing school at my school, you're going to be thrown these medical terms. They're going to start throwing them in questions or randomly asking you these things while you're in class. Hey, what does hyperglycemia mean? Oh, crap. Did we learn that? Did we read that? You want to be one of those students who could be like, oh, hyperglycemia? Oh, that means that my patient has an excessive amount of blah, blah, blah. You want to be able to know these terms. I'm not saying that you're going to know all of them, because there's 100,000 of medical terms, but you want to know the basic medical terms so that you can be a successful student. Number 5, last but definitely not least, know your fluid and electrolyte imbalances. That was a big part of my second semester. That was a lot for us to retain in a short amount of time. So, like I mentioned before, I'm in an accelerated ADM program. So I feel like my weeks fly by. Even my breaks, they're only 10 days. I don't get the summer off. I don't get weeks off. So when it comes to learning material, I have to pick up on it really, really fast, or I'm just not going to get it. If you have a YouTube account, clearly you do because you're watching my video, go ahead and start looking up Nurse Sarah fluid and electrolyte imbalances. And there's also someone else on Simple Nursing. His name is Nurse Mark, and he's awesome. I came home after reading things in lecture. I came home and watched their YouTube videos, and the fact that they break it down so much better to me, this is me, I'm a visual, hands-on type of learner. I was able to grasp that material and then go to clinical and say, oh, my patient's sodium is too high, or their potassium is too low, and I knew the terminology that went with them because I started studying medical terms. Medical terms and fluid and electrolyte imbalances, I cannot stress that enough, you guys. Start looking at it now. I wish I knew. So that's why I'm telling you guys to start now, so that you're not overwhelmed when you start your program. Because I go to clinical now, being that I'm in third semester, I go in clinical. After I'm assigned a nurse, I start looking up my patients and I look at their morning labs. Every patient, for the most part on my floor, have labs drawn at 4 a.m. So when I get there at 7 a.m., the lab values are already there. And I start looking like, okay, this person has this that's too high, this is too low, this is too high, this is too low, this is in normal range. Now, when I go in the room and I do my assessment with the nurse, I can see, oh, well, this is why this is off. or this is why this is normal, and this is the disease process that they're dealing with, and this is what's throwing this off. You know what I'm saying? I could put 2 and 2 together so I'm not confused. So just to go down the 5 things. Grading scale, I wish I knew about that. I would have looked at the school that I'm currently at and, you know, asked them these type of questions during my interview process. Like, how is your grading scale? How intense is it? You know, just so I can know the range. 2, be organized. Go ahead and grab yourself a planner, a notebook, whatever it takes for you to become organized so that you don't miss any of your assignments, tests, labs, clinicals. That's a big part of nursing. 3, be on time. You guys, please be on time. You do not want to miss clinical hours. You don't want to be the only one who has to make them up if you're able to make them up, because sometimes professors, they're not lax like that where you can make them up. So now you're failing because you were late to clinical. Make it make sense. Go ahead and be on time. I don't care if you have to set your alarm clock a little early or set your clocks forward like my mother did. Just be on time. 4, start reading up on medical terminology. It's a big help. If you know what you're reading, it clicks better. So go ahead and just start randomly, just look at some random medical terms. Insomnia, inability to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Just start getting in the habit of using these terms, seeing these terms, reading them, making notes. And 5, fluid and electrolyte balance. And 5, fluid and electrolyte imbalance. I'm telling you guys, if I had the opportunity to know these things prior to nursing school, I think that it would really have helped me in these last 3 semesters. If this video helped you guys, go ahead and comment below. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, and of course subscribe to my channel. You want to be a part of the family. You don't want to miss out on the next video. You know you don't. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you.